So now, Anjonique Calhoun-Mimis
Big round of applause for Garner
and Takesha Van, along with Cameron McNeil, the brain trust for this Trojan team. There's Coach Van there, getting ready to try and figure out how they're going to come up with the basketball. Clayton had a 16-point lead here in the second half.
For Garner, you want to trap, as they did on that last possession, towards the sideline. Use that defender as well as the sideline to try to make it difficult on Clayton bringing the ball up.
Well, not only is this a tough angle on the inbound, Sonny, but you can't move either. It's a spot throw-in.
Yeah, very difficult. You're going to have to set strong screens to create an opening to get this ball in.
They work it into McKay.
Garner's got a foul.
They're not with 10 seconds to go. And finally a foul will be called. So McKee with a nice job to dribble the timeout. She was finally fouled by Dean, and it'll be 2 free throws here. If you're Clayton, you make both of them, it's likely the ball game. And McKee gets the bounce. So now a 3 can tie it if she misses here.
For Clayton, no fouls, regardless of the make or miss.
Comets tried to get a substitute in, but could not. Free throw missed. 6 seconds, a 3 to tie it. Here it is, Williams makes it! There should be about a second left. There should be some time. They didn't stop the clock. And they're going to say that time ran out, but there should be more than a second left.
What a shot.
That's the end of regulation.
And they're going to say no time unless they make a change.
So they're going to put 4 minutes, and we're going to have overtime.
Quick rebound. Then there's no pressure from Clayton. Wide open look.
Oh, wow. Not only should there be more than a second, there should be about 2.5 seconds. So if Clayton winds up losing this game, you'll go back to that call of the officials just losing track of what was on the clock and the operator not stopping it. That could be costly. Boy, what a bad break. Not only do you give up the 3 to tie after having a 16-point lead, but they let the time run out when you should have close to 3 seconds.
And if you have 2.5 seconds, that's enough time to get the ball up court quickly and at least have a shot.
At least get the ball in, and you don't know if they're going to commit a foul.
Right.
In the chaos. So, that's a real bad break for Clayton here, and we're going to have overtime between these two. It was a 16-point lead for Clayton at one point here in the second half. So both teams will get an extra timeout in this overtime, and the team fouls do not reset. So it will be free throws from here on out. But boy, I tell you what, if you're Clayton, you've got to feel really, really discouraged by the fact that you had time on the clock. Well, first of all, you're not happy you gave up the 3.
And all the momentum has shifted over to the Garner sideline. I mean, this was a huge comeback, and then down 5 underneath a minute, and they found a way to get it into the extra overtime period.
Back-to-back threes has led us to this point. Birch jumping it up for Clayton. It's controlled, though, as Williams, who hit that 3 with a wild shot on the baseline. Loose ball, it's snatched out of the air, and we have a foul called on the Trojans. A little bit of a Bronx cheer from the Clayton faithful.
Personal foul called on number 4, Samaya Jones.
Jones committed the foul.
That is her fourth of the game.
And that'll be her fourth personal.
Reminder that team fouls do not reset in the midfield. Shooting,
And Clayton
number 32.
has to put that final fourth quarter out of their minds. This is a new game right now, and you've got to finish strong. Even though you gave up that big lead, you've got to refresh and try to put that behind you and start new.
Sophomore Tequila Rowland at the strike, hit the first. Session is going to come in and replace McKee, or is she going to replace Stevens? Stevens will go out, the senior. One-point lead for the Comets. Williams. She'll head to the strike.
And Williams is a slasher, and they've been going to her and letting her create. There she breaks through the pressure and then really goes through three defenders as she gets clawed on her face.
So looking for the first time in the second half to give the Trojans the lead. And we've had Rowland foul out of this game. So Rowland fouls out. She'll be replaced by Kelsey Chandler, the junior.
And number 3, Bryn Stevens.
Stevens back in for Session. So the best that the freshman could do here, Williams, is tie it. Olsen hit the three. She's the lone senior on this Garner roster.
You've got to box out.
Couple of chances for the Trojans. Williams can't convert. A handful of cracks at it, and the Trojans could not score. But Clayton turns it over.
And both teams playing so hard, just a little bit disorganized and out of sorts.
Well, I'm not so sure that maybe McKee didn't slip underneath because of the perspiration. It is warm in this gym. Here's a look at the turnover. Yeah, she just slipped. Comes out, shot no good by Dean. Put up by Jones, no. And a travel will be called on the Comets.
A lot of contact down low. The referee's letting them play through. Marlon Lee wanted a foul. The team scrapping for the ball.
And a foul is called underneath on the Comets.
Personal foul on number 12, and Session for third of the
Sessions
game.
whistled for the foul.
Number 12, Anaya Williams.
So now Anaya Williams, who missed a pair a moment ago, will head back to the strike. Freshman trying to give her team the lead. First time in the second half. If you're Garner, you're going to go back and look at this and look at all of in this overtime, at least thus far. You're not successful. The missed shots at point blank range, but then the missed free throws also.
Yeah, too many free throw opportunities here, and you're not capitalizing. Let's start to make their free throws.
Came up empty. Another foul on the Comets. This is going to be called on Stevens crashing.
There's just difficulty on the boards.
Samaya Jones.
Garner just relentless, continue to crash and attack the glass.
Samaya Jones, the sophomore, will take a crack at it. Now 0 for 5 are the Trojans from the foul line in overtime.
Missed opportunities. For Clayton, you have to box out.
Nice rebound inside. Turned it over, though. Did Clayton. Williams. Boy, Williams got bailed out there, went in out of control, and they're going to call a foul on the Comets. She got a break as Chandler bumped her.
Shooting for your Trojans, number 12, Anaya Williams.
And both teams just trying to make a play. Clayton looking for the fast break opportunity, and then just collision right at the free throw line. And for Garner, you're getting opportunities, Patrick. You're not taking advantage.
I mean, it really can't be served up any better for the Trojans. And they finally make a free throw. So just a minute gone by here in overtime, tied at 67. McKee against the zone, short. Williams. Little Euro up and in, and they have the lead for the first time here in the second half and overtime.
Yeah, great job slashing, and Garner going to have the foul called on them. But Williams, she's a playmaker. The way she's able to break down a defense and giving her team a 2-point lead.
Dean is fouled out on that. She'll be replaced by Ruthie Lee, number 3, the junior. And now a couple of free throws upcoming here for Randall with an opportunity to tie this up at 69 all. Comets were up 16 in the second half. 58-42. And in the fourth quarter, they kind of went away from running their offense and started to try to run some clock, and little by little, the Trojans were able to get back in it.
I think for Garner, give the ball to Williams, spread the floor, and let her create.
Williams came back in, fell, lost it, but gets it back, but she's on the sideline. 2:09 to go. It'll be Clayton basketball.
And for Clayton right now, you have the 1-point lead. I would use some clock here. No reason to rush. Try to shorten this ball game, spread the floor, and then try to attack the hoop.
Randall on the run. Nice shot with the runner. And we're going to have a timeout, or is it an issue with the clock? They've had an issue with the clock here. So there's going to be a timeout taken by Clayton.
This was big to make it a 3-point lead. Randall cutting in, and then that mid-range jumper off one leg. She saw the defender in the paint. Had a clear path to shoot it. Marlon Lee calls the timeout. And a good job. You can set up your defense coming out with a 1-point lead.
Stay tuned. After this, we will have the Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Arena. The Trojans and the Comets in boys basketball. Sonny, how do you see that one? What's a primer, a matchup preview of that one?
I think it's going to be up-tempo, fast-paced, college prospects in the next ball game, and I think these are two of the best in the East, and it's going to be a heavyweight battle. I just think this is going to be a game that is going to go down to the wire, very similar to earlier on in January when they've already played. It went down to the end.
That was the first Friday of the new year, a 3-point or 5-point victory for Garner on the road at Clayton. Turnover, and the Comets have it, but Garner gets it back. Williams double clutches. Couldn't get the roll. Stevens inside, comes away with it, and then Trying to leak it out to Randall. Instead of running away from the ball, Randall should be running to go get it. That's a three that is up and no good by Lee. Couple of blocks inside for the Comets. Williams comes away with it. She'll take a runner that floats in with 1:03 to go.
Williams gets the steal and then capitalizes.
McKee put it up on the rim, and she'll get free throws.
And a good job from McKee, getting the ball quickly up the court and then finding contact to get to the line.
Shooting for the Comets is number 30, Clayton McCoy.
And it's McCoy headed to the stripe. .55 and 2/10 seconds. And the best that the Comets could hope for right now is a tie. So Clayton comes up empty, almost stolen away by Randall.
Out of bounds, Trojans ball. Checking in is number 12, Maddie Session.
Lee Session back in. To the bench, Stevens. And it's going to be a turnover and a foul. Boxall, the Jones, turned it over and then commits the foul, and I believe she may have fouled out.
Checking in will be number 11, Liliana Mann.
Liliana Mann, the fellow freshman, will have to come in. Number 11 for the Trojans.
And it's about ball security. Garner, no reason to rush. They give the ball back to Clayton.
Comets have had a player foul out. Trojans have had a couple foul out of this game. Shania Birch, 5'10" freshman. Came up with a steal, was fouled. She's tied it at 71. That one was off. Williams. Bumped by Randall. Free throws upcoming for Williams.
Personal foul on number 5 is Annalie Randall, her first of the game.
The first on Randall.
Number 12, Anaya Williams.
And you can't foul in that situation. Play defense, because now this is going to be an opportunity for Williams, where Garner hasn't connected, though, from the line. Overtime.
Well, that's the advantage right now. If you're Clayton, is that the free throw line has been a real problem for the Trojans in overtime. They've not made one.
For Clayton, you have to box out. Have to be physical here on a miss.
Only their second make at the line in overtime. And the Trojans will burn a timeout here with 37.6 to go.
And with this timeout, Garner and Clayton has an opportunity, the Trojans over on the sideline, to reassess the situation. You have a 1-point lead, no fouls, no timeouts. You got to play strong defense and no fouls. Do not give Clayton an opportunity from the free throw line. Pack everything in and force them to use time and shoot it from the outside.
Well, Sonny, I got to think, if you're the Comets, you obviously want to take the first best shot, and you probably want something going towards the basket.
I would attack, go downhill, pick and roll, and drive it towards the hoop. Force Garner to foul you or take it all the way. But you do not want to play passive in this situation. Use time and move the ball on the perimeter. I think you've got to attack. And again, use the pick and roll, bring it up beyond the three-point line, and then go downhill.
37.6 remaining in overtime. Your Trojans lead by 1.
So I don't think you're waiting for anything as far as time goes. You just want to get the best shot, as you say, going downhill. And then you got to crash as soon as the ball goes up.
You have to sell out on the boards and attack the glass. The biggest key is Garner's going to show pressure here. Get the ball inbounds.
It will be Comets ball.
You got to make sure you move without the ball.
Into McCoy. They give her some room. And that's going to be a foul on Mann. Some 50 feet from the basket.
Situation when a foul, you're sending Clayton to the line. So this is kind of a gift for the Comets.
She split a pair a moment ago. Session in. Stevens out. Clayton here with a 1-point deficit. And it rolls through, but she thought it was going to miss and crossed the foul line, so it'll be waved off.
Basket waved off for a lane violation.
Oh, that's a tough break.
Yeah. It's a tough call as she's trying to hustle in.
They get it to Williams. McKee goes for the steal. And Williams is going to be fouled by McCoy.
Somehow Williams was able to get away from that pressure. There were 3 defenders chasing after her.
That is her 5th of the game.
So she's going to foul out with 19.4.
Checking in number 3, Bryn Stevens. Shooting for your
Stevens
Trojans,
in.
number 12, Anaya Williams.
Anaya Williams, who's made a couple of free throws in this overtime, can ice it here or at least push it to a 3-point game. McCoy, the best 3-point shooter for this Clayton team. Right now with the foul shooting struggles, it's still an opportunity here to potentially board a miss, go down, and try to lay something in. Tie game, or rather a 2-point game. You could tie it with the 2. Take the lead with a 3. Leaner, no good. Randall tried to get it, lost it. Mann pulled it down. Williams gonna be fouled by Randall. And Garner's gonna win this one, it appears.
Not only Randall, her 2nd of the game. Shooting 2 for your
Clayton doing
Trojans,
everything
number
they
12,
could to get off the shot.
Anaya
And Garner boxes out and Williams uses up as much time as possible, and now you can ice this game with 2 makes.
That makes it 74-71. She could put it away here.
And on a miss here, depending where the rebound is, now Garner's going to bring their players back, so this will be an easy board for Clayton. But Clayton's got to move the ball quickly up the floor and then recognize you got 2.8 seconds left in order to get off a shot on a miss.
Gabriel Good is in. And that will do it. 75-71. And that'll do it. Trojans come back from down 16 to win the game by 4. Impressive comeback for Garner.
Strong comeback, and that sets the stage for the boys' game coming up, and the fans cheering on their Lady Trojans with the victory in overtime.